Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty people, good afternoon. It looks like we are live. The time is just after 5. Got it spot on today. Right, so welcome to Satoshi TV or Bitcoin TV, aka Bitcoin SV TV, which will just soon be Bitcoin TV really, because Bitcoin is BSV. So a few things I want to get through today. Check this out, I just spotted this. Jordan Akins, 4 hours ago. Ira Kleiman's attorney withdraws 5 lawsuits against digital asset companies. What's this all about? You know? So Roach Friedman LLP, the law firm representing Ira Kleiman in his lawsuit against Dr. Craig Wright, have withdrawn 5 lawsuits which they originally filed against a selection of digital asset companies, principally accusing them of offering unregistered securities. Strange. The lawsuits are 5 of 11 class action lawsuits that were jointly filed by Roach Friedman LLP and Slendley and Gay last April. Though the specifics of each complaint differ, the consistent thread is that the defendant companies all offered tokens with an amount which amounted to securities and therefore should have complied with the US Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC rigorous rules surrounding the offerings of securities. The withdrawals of the 5 cases were presumably due to the dismissal of 2 of the other original cases earlier this year. One of those, against Bitbox, was dismissed in April on the basis that the plaintiff had no standing to sue in respect of tokens offered by the defendant, but which he himself had not purchased. What? So he was suing a company for something that had nothing to do with him. The only coin the plaintiff had purchased was done so 16 months before the filing of the suit, exceeding a 12-month limitation period for bringing security violations. That's hilarious. That's incompetence, like brazen incompetence. The other, against B Protocol Foundation, was dismissed for similar reasons. Defense counsel in all 5 of the most recently dismissed cases had since seized upon the Bitbox ruling in their first filings, while 4 of the 5 had cited the B Protocol ruling. As in those 2 cases, the period in which the plaintiffs are said to have purchased the relevant tokens in the 5 that were dismissed took place between 2017 and 2018. Though the timing may suggest the Bitbox and B Protocol dismissals were influential on Roach Friedman et al.'s decision to withdraw the other 5, the readiness with which the lawsuits were abandoned does invite some speculation. After all, when the 11 suits were filed in April 2020, they were accompanied by a PR campaign which suggested the lawsuits would usher in a new era of crypto litigation. You might ask what has changed, and the answer could simply be that the Bitbox and B Protocol rulings made pursuing cases with similar facts was deemed to be unviable. However, something else has changed since the original lawsuits were filed by Roach, Silock Friedman LLP. Named partner Silock was unceremoniously ousted from the firm by his co-partners in February of this year for, among other things, being allegedly abusive towards his colleagues and obstructing the provisions of client services. Now Cyrulnik and the partners left behind are suing one another. Cyrulnik claims that this was a pretense to gain control of his share of compensation in the form of digital assets arising from work the firm was doing on a digital asset client. The firm now goes by Roach Friedman LLP and was under the name that the lawsuits were withdrawn this week. The firm also represents Ira Kleiman in the Kleiman versus Wright litigation, which was delayed this week at the request of both parties, despite being on the books for June since November of last year. The principal reason for the delay was due to COVID-19 related travel restrictions, though a busy docket for Friedman was cited as a reason for pushing the trial as far out as November. Though no trial date has been set for the Cyrulnik fiasco, court filings show that the initial conference between the parties and the judge in the case is set for May 13th, so it can be expected that this dispute will be litigated throughout this year and beyond. That these lawsuits were withdrawn little more than a year after they were announced is disappointing. There is undoubtedly a need for long-standing illegal practices in the digital industry to be brought to an end, be that through private litigation or criminal enforcement action. However, given all that Roach Friedman LLP seems to have on their plate this year, perhaps it's for the best. Okay, so not really related to the Ira Kleiman case, really, but basically showing sort of bad decision making, dissent amongst the ranks, a little bit of incompetence really on behalf of them. You know, could this be reflected in the Ira Kleiman case? Is that what's kind of like being insinuated here? Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Somebody else just sent me this. Thank you for sending me this through. So, Hotbit announcement on emergency maintenance. So this was updated just like 2 minutes ago. Dear oh dear. So this is yet another crypto exchange that has just sent out this message to its users. Dear respected users. So that's a sign that they actually probably don't respect them. We're off skis with your monies. See you later. You know, it's always the opposite message in this. Dear respected users. Yeah, we respect you. We're just off with your money. See you later. They know what they're doing. It's outrageous. Hotbit just suffered a serious cyber attack starting around 8 p.m. UTC, April 29th, 2021. So this was just yesterday, so 8 p.m. yesterday, which led to the paralyzation of a number of some basic services. Meanwhile, the attackers also tried to hack into Hotbit's wallet. However, the attempt was identified and stopped by our risk control system. In this case, Hotbit team has shut down all services for inspection and restoration immediately, and the overall recovery period is expected to be no less than 7 days. Well, if it is an exit scam, that 7 days gives them time to F off, doesn't it? Please note that all your assets are safe and secure. My immediate thought is actually that they're probably anything but. And you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Telegram for Hotbit's latest recovery progress. Well, I hope it's genuine, but you know, you just can't tell, you know. And you know, besides, I mean, this is, you know, it's blockchain technology. How are they being hacked unless their passwords are being found? Like what? Currently, our work consists of the following 2 sections. 1, considering the fact that Hotbit is about to exceed 2 million registered users, so good time to get out then, really, and has a huge service system architecture. Again, that's absolutely fucking so excuse my French, when they say obscure languages like, oh, with our service system has a huge service system architecture, it's just bollocks. Of more than 200 servers online in order to ensure security, Hotbit team will completely rebuild all servers. Well, why are they building all servers? Everything should just be on the BSV blockchain. No need for any of that shit. The attacker maliciously deleted the user database after failing to obtain assets. Although the database is routinely backed up, we are still uncertain whether the attacker has polluted data or not before the attack. Therefore, we also need to conduct a comprehensive inspection of the overall data, again, like just excuses for taking more time. Once any anomaly is detected, we will perform an accurate reconstruction to ensure that all user data is accurate. Therefore, these two sections of work will consume a lot of time, again, making excuses so they can just do one, run away somewhere. We initially expect that the recovery period will last about 7 to 14 days. 7 to 14 days? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. 1 to 2 days at the most. 7 to 14 days. They're just giving themselves a holiday. That's literally all they're doing, if that's what it feels like. That's crap. When have you ever heard such a serious breach of, something like this, and a business desperate to get operations underway so that their customers can trade 24/7, taking 7 to 14 days? And this only happened yesterday, and they've already decided that it's going to take 7 to 14 days. How do they even know? Surely they should just be saying, we need to get things up and running as soon as possible. This just sounds to me like an absolute bullshit excuse. It really does. The estimated time of recovery will be more as all things going on, and we will update our latest progress on Hotbit communities as well. I think they're going to do one personally. That's what I think. If you have an account on Hotbit, the following are things you should be aware of. 1. The attacker has already gained access to the database, so your registration phone number, email address, and asset data might have a leaking risk. However, the password, the two-factor authentication key are encrypted, so theoretically you should be safe. Trying to reassure them. But from the security point of view, if your account and password on another website or app are the same as Hotbit's, it is safer to change the password now. Trying to be helpful. If you receive an email or private message in the name of Hotbit, you can contact us through official channels, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram. They're official channels, are they? To verify identity before replying. Leveraged ETF products are not suitable for long-term holding, and therefore Hotbit will be fully responsible for all those losses suffered by the position holder during the maintenance period. Oh yeah, like they're going to reimburse all the losses, are they? Or on the maintenance period? I don't believe it. The losses will be huge, in the millions. 4. Your open orders on Hotbit will be cancelled when the system is restored to avoid unintended trading losses. 5. All daily routine income distributions, such as investment products, current products, and FIL cloud computing power, will be paid out after the maintenance is completed. Yeah, when they can't contact you and you're already abroad somewhere, probably in Albania. We must admit that this is the biggest setback of Hotbit since the establishment on January 2018. See, I really don't think that this is a coincidence that suddenly all these exchanges, are deciding to reporting all these hacks when the Crypto Open Patent Alliance has suddenly decided to take CSW to court. They know what the outcome is going to be. They know it's going to be devastating for them. So they're just like, you know what, we'll cash in now and do an exit scam, just like Coinbase has done. They're all doing it. They're all doing it. They'd be crazy not to, because they know the truth. They're all scammers. Security issues have always been the pain of blockchain industry, which has always been one of the major concerns of Hotbit as well. What? In the future, Hotbit team will continue to strengthen security departments. Meanwhile, by cooperating with the world's famous third-party internet security teams, Hotbit will also conduct through inspection and investigation on the attack, issue and thoroughly upgrade security level of the whole system. It just smells to me. It just stinks. It really stinks. Yeah. I'm doing my best to, tell people all these coins are absolute scams, all of them. And I see things like this, and people are getting wrecked. People are getting wrecked, and it is devastating. They've basically handed over their money. They've, trusted these people, and they've done a runner. That's it. Oh, dear, oh dear. There were quite a few. See if there was anything else on CoinGeek worth looking at. First of all, so I spotted that Ira Climber one, but we'll start from the top with business before pleasure, obviously. What's this? Irish digital currency firm now obliged to register with central bank. What's crypto got to do with central banks? Bithub chief linked to alleged ICO fraud, handed over to South Korean prosecutors. Oh, all right, we're up to date on the rest of those. Tech. Bitpilling Explorer, yeah, we saw that one yesterday. All right, any editorials? Bitcoin and gaming, cashless casinos. All right, yeah, I mean that's kind of like business. Looks, yeah, good. Any press releases? Compliance expert Sam Azad abandons traditional finance sector for digital asset space. Who's that? It's compliance expert Sam Azad abandons traditional finance sector for digital asset space. Okay. So, global financial service organization, Fabric. Oh, I didn't realize they were a global financial service organization. Announces its latest leadership recruit to their ever-growing team, with Sam Azad joining as Chief Compliance Officer. Azad brings to the table over 18 years of experience in compliance, having worked not only at a UK regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority, but also at household name financial institutions including KPMG, JP Morgan, Bloomberg, ICAP, and Next Markets. Impressive resume. Over his career, Azad has covered a wide range of business lines, including a broker, dealers, electronic trading, regulated markets, research and data services, as well as media and advertising compliance. All right. He joins Fabric, which currently offers market-making services, a trading desk. I didn't realize they were dirty traders, and a trading API assets platform via their Simple Fabric protocol, and a digital asset smart wallet branded as Money Button. Right. Oh, so that's maybe why they wanted Money Button. Fabric is gearing up to launch their exchange, and a custodian is also coming soon. Sam Azad, Chief Compliance Officer for Fabric, commented, "It goes without saying that the digital asset market has been a phenomenal growth recently and inevitably." Feeling confident about it. So has the issue of regulation. I've been very interested in the space for some time now. To get my feet under the desk is very exciting, and I'm glad to see forward-thinking companies like Fabric focusing on compliance. Roy Bernard, CEO, Chief Visionary and co-founder of Fabric, added, "Sam brings a wealth of experience to Fabric and in an key area for the future of digital asset trading." There's no future in trading. Well, apart from on BSV, obviously, where you're trading tokens. As more people and companies start to trade digital assets, they also need to know that their money is safe. The site is secure and there's a proper compliance system in place. Sam will help give us that as we rapidly approach our full public launch. Fabric. Fabric is a transformative financial service organization. Our vision is for a world where everyone has full control of their finances to live the life to which they aspire, where possibilities are limitless, not limited. Our mission is to evolve the very fabric of the global financial system for the 1.7 billion people who cannot access it and the rest of us at the mercy of it. We're weaving a better future of finance so everyone can thrive by creating a safe, open and fully transparent ecosystem built on innovative technology where anyone can transform, hold, trade. I mean, why are they promoting trading? And grow every asset that they own. All in one accessible place where everything is digital and everything is possible. Our journey has only begun, and launching regulated digital financial services is our first step in this transformation. Yeah, I mean, I've seen these guys shilling BTC shitcoin, and I was like, why? I don't know, maybe they're just trying to. I might try and work my magic on this chap, but look, mate, this is what you need to know. Come and ask me for everything, financial services backgrounds. Let's have a chat. I might do that, Why not? Shits and giggles. Let's have a look at Cointelegraph. Saw some juicy articles on here just now. England Central Bank moves ahead with CBDC with 7 job postings. So that's the Bank of England. Let's have a quick look. The Bank of England's central bank digital currency related job listings range from solution architect to senior manager. The United Kingdom's central bank, the Bank of England, or BOE, still maintains that it is unsure on a path forward regarding a central bank digital currency, although the entity is looking to hire at least 7 central bank digital currency related job positions. The job listing recently surfaced on the Bank of England's job posting website. One such position searches for a stakeholder analysis central bank digital currency. As per the site, the bank is also searching for a project analyst, a solution architect, a technology analyst, a senior manager, and a senior enterprise architect. All central bank digital currencies related, as well as a senior CBDC policy analyst. The site posted the listings on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like many other central banks, the Bank of England is actively exploring where it should develop and issue a central bank digital currency. And the page of the stakeholder analysis job listing, no decision has yet been taken on whether or not a CBDC is needed in the UK, but it is an important topic for the bank to understand. Oh, so they're trying to understand it, are they? The posting mentioned a number of specifics on the job, as well as the BOE's focus in terms of looking into central bank digital currencies. Reporting earlier this month showed Her Majesty's Treasury, or HMT, the Bank of England jointly working on CBDC-related search, unveiling CBDC task force. CBDCs have been a hot topic over the past year, so with central banks acting as varied speeds. Might apply for one of those myself, just for giggles. Why not? Let's have a look. See what else there is. So I just saw this in the chart show earlier. Look at this. $3 billion printed by USDC. Look at that. Biggest one-day USDC print in history, marks lowest Bitcoin dominance in years. What are they doing? Something is up. Something stinks here. It really stinks. I mean, what the hell is this? $3 billion USDC influx puts the total supply of the stablecoin at around $14.4 billion, reaching over a quarter of Tether's market cap. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, seriously. So I reported this to New York State Attorney General. We'll find it here. Tweets and replies. Just with a mocking face. I mean, literally, they're literally running a mockery. Here we go. Look at this. Look, stablecoin printer just printed 3,073,282,868 USDC. Like, seriously, what the hell? There it is. I couldn't believe it when I saw my eyes, but yeah. 3 billion. I mean, what do they think they're doing? Literally at the touch of a button. It's outrageous what they're doing, you know? I just beggars belief. But anyway, let's see what they say here. More USD coin was printed on April 30th than any time in the dollar-backed stablecoin's existence, as just above $3 billion was minted in one fell swoop. New USD coin are minted whenever a customer exchanges their US dollars for the stablecoin, and Friday's influx amounted to over 26% of its market cap at the time. The sudden arrival of $3 billion worth of USDC into the cryptocurrency market coincides with a surging altcoin market, evidenced by Coolcoin's descent into its lowest market cap dominance in 2.5 years. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Coolcoin's dominance of 47.79% on Friday was the lowest since August 2018, as Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Cardano, and others saw their own market cap presence swell massively since the turn of the year. In January, Coolcoin's dominance was perched at over 70% and has been on a steady decline since. The value of USDC coin in circulation jumped from $11 billion to almost $14.4 billion on Friday, meaning USD coin now has a market cap worth 28% of the most utilized stablecoin, Tether, of which over $50 billion are in circulation. What a joke. In August 2020, USD coin held a market cap worth just 1/10 that of Tether, suggesting traders have found a definite use for USDC, perhaps at the expense of USDT. Circle, which founded USD Coin in combination with a well-known cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, recently announced that it had tapped New York-based signature banks to ensure the backing of a USD coin with appropriate reserves. USD coin is reportedly backed by a mix of cash and short-term US Treasury bonds. Utterly scandalous, if you ask me. Totally scandalous. Scambling, as we all know. Yes. Shocking, not shocked, is kind of like all I can say to that one. And what's this one on MicroStrategy? MicroStrategy sees up to 52% revenue surges. Saylor confirms more core coin buys ahead. He's going to be in so much shit. Shout out to Neezy, Keith Fellows and Diddy Weldon in the chat box this afternoon. Thank you for joining me. So new figures show certain revenue sectors boomed by over 50% in Q1 2021 compared to the same quarter last year. MicroStrategy, the company which owns 91,000 core coin, saw an astounding surge in revenues in Q1, as latest figures confirm. In a press release on April 30th, CEO Michael Saylor revealed that the company's success had gone far beyond its core coin profits. Saylor, hodling BTC, creates substantial value. Oh dear. I mean, these people have they have no clue what's coming their way. We can see it a mile off. You know? MicroStrategy has continued to hit the headlines for its flashy bullish position on Coolcoin and its future, adding to its reserves regardless of sentiment or price. Its advocacy has seemed to endear it to a new sector of clientele. 9 months after beginning to convert its cash reserves to Coolcoin, sales of its product and services have also boomed. I guess that's probably maybe due to advertising and stuff. You know, exposure. Product licenses and subscription services revenues for the first quarter of 2021 were $31.3 million, a 52.3% increase or a 49.8% increase in a non-GAAP constant currency basis compared to the first quarter of 2020, the press release states. Total revenues for quarter one were just over $122 million, representing a 10.3% increase over the same period in 2020. MicroStrategy's first quarter results were a clear example that our two-pronged corporate strategy to grow our enterprise analytics software business and acquire and hold Coolcoin is generating substantial shareholder value, Saylor commented. Oh my god, he's got no clue. I mean, he's got no idea how much I panic for him because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's bought an absolute piece of shit. You know, I mean, what's the point in even trying to warn him? Do you know what I mean? He'll just block you and all that. You know, I mean, Roger Ver obviously, yeah, he showed utter disdain for Roger Ver, sort of like trying to point out the obvious, even though we know Roger Ver isn't a complete douchebag. But still, you know, that's what he would show for anyone and everyone else. He has no idea about the implications of SegWit or Lightning Network. He just doesn't get it. He thinks that BTC follows the white paper. You know, and he thinks that BSV has just simply been made up and is like a attempt at copycatting it, if that's a word. He's no idea. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else there was. Yeah. Oh, a Hotbit crypto exchange shuts down for maintenance after attempted hack. We just covered that one. Good grief. I think there was another one I saw. Oh, Ripple wants to go public after settling SEC lawsuit. Oh my god. Another one trying to exit scam. And what's this? SEC enforcement chief steps down just days after appointment. Something fishy's there. Let's see what's going on here then. The official's conduct in past litigation was brought into question by a US District Court judge. Oh, okay. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission's new law enforcement chief, Alex O, has resigned from her position with the SEC just days after taking the role. According to an official SEC announcement, Ho stepped down from for personal reasons. However, in Ho's resignation letter to the chairman, Gary Glenzer, as seen by Bloomberg, the former enforcement chief revealed she was stepping down to avoid becoming a distraction as she deals with controversies arising from a case she had worked in the past. O was previously a partner at the Paul Weiss, Rifkind, Watton and Garrison private law practice, where she represented, among others, oil giant ExxonMobil Corp. The case in question reportedly relates to O's defense of Exxon, I wonder if that's anything to do with Exxon Valdez, against allegations that the firm had supported the torture and murder of Indonesian villagers. What the hell? What the hell? O's conduct during the litigation was brought into question by US District Court Judge Royce Lambeth on Monday. O was asked to provide evidence for the unsupported claim that she made during a deposition for the case that her opposing counsel was agitated, disrespectful and unhinged. Ooh, I mean, those opinions aren't really professional, considering she's, a lawyer, and I mean, these are more like psychological opinions, which she had no right to give. A development arose this week in one of the cases on which I worked while still in private law practice. I've reached the conclusion that I cannot address this development without it becoming an unwelcome distraction, said O in her resignation letter to the SEC chairman. What was it? JP Morgan said, every man, there's two stories, the official story and the true story, whatever it was, something like that. The reason and the real reason, I think he said. Let's try and find it. Hold on. I think it's a quote. Reason, the real reason. Quote. Two reasons. Real reason. See what we can find. Oh, here we go. Oh, it was JP Morgan, right. A man always has two reasons for doing anything. A good reason and the real reason. So, I guess we're not going to find out. Yeah, well, not really too bothered about finding out about that one anyway. SEC and all that. But let's read this. Let's read this crap. Ripple wants to go public after settling SEC lawsuit. SBI CEO says. The largest outside Ripple shareholder believes that XRP-related firm will go public shortly after settling its lawsuit with the SEC. It's an exit scam. It's another exit scam. This is outrageous. They're all doing it. The shitcoiners are literally going to be absolutely screwed. Absolutely screwed. While we're on this topic, why don't we just have a listen to this my douchebags of Bitcoin video of David Schwartz talking absolute crap. Let's have a listen to this. No time like the present. Let's see if we can find it. I hope it's here. Just checking my videos. Come on. Schwartzy, baby. See how long that one is. Yeah, it's this one. Here we go. Let's play this. Have a listen.
Pleasure to have you, David. All right, so I was hoping you could comment perhaps briefly on this piece of news out this morning. Is Ripple hoping to find evidence that XRP is similar to Bitcoin and Ether and should not be considered a security?
Yeah, I think the primary argument that we're trying to make here is that the market considers them similar. We considered them similar. All of the evidence suggested that they were similar. And then the SEC just, comes out of nowhere and say, nope, they're completely different. Ripple is a company We're based in San Francisco. We have employees, we have shareholders, we have a CEO. I work for that company. I'm the chief technology officer. And it's a company like any other company. It's centralized. What the CEO says goes. There's a board of directors. It just works like any other company. The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
The XRP ledger has a very different design from what Bitcoin and Ethereum have, and many other digital assets. Like in Bitcoin, the stakeholders are at least to some extent the miners, and the miners reap the rewards of the transaction fees. The XRP ledger doesn't work that way. It is not competitive. Nobody's competing to reap fees. Because it's not a competitive system, it doesn't have any way to sort of award fees to a particular party. Because although if it had a way to award fees to particular parties, people would compete for those fees, and it would become competitive. So the way it's design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs. And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it, and then have been distributing it since then.
Unbelievable. I mean, literally, when have you heard technicals of a system being described as up for grabs? And then, just like early miners of Bitcoin, no, that's a fail there. The white paper was released to the public to on a cryptographic mailing list to very competent individuals who would have understood it. It's not like it got mailed to the local supermarket or anything like that. Gave anyone and everyone a reasonable chance to start mining it themselves. Then Satoshi Nakamoto started the network himself. Then sent the first node software to Hal Finney, who then downloaded it and started mining Bitcoin himself. But the fact is, anybody who came across that thing could have started it. Whereas he was saying, oh yeah, the developers the developers grabbed them. They were like up for grabs. Like how? Honestly, it's just the more you sort of pay attention to the space, the more you realize it's just such absolute crap. And somebody like him, the chief technical officer at Ripple, talking absolute crap. Oh yeah, so it was kind of up for grabs, and lots of people grabbed them. And then that's how the developers got them, because it was the developers that developed the system, so they knew when they were going to be up for grabs. Oh my god, honestly, you couldn't make it up. It's a new level of scamminess and dumbness that I'm not used to being around, but I mean it fascinates me really. So major cryptocurrency company Ripple has not given up on its plans to go public despite its ongoing legal battle with the United States regulators, according to SBI Crypto Group's CEO. Yoshitaka Kitao, CEO of Japanese financial giant SBI Group, claimed that Ripple plans to become a public company after the firm settles a legal action brought against it by United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Unbelievable. Oh god, yeah. Speaking on a Wednesday earnings presentation call, Kitao said that both Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larsen are planning to take Ripple public. Yeah, and a public company just basically means that they're no longer responsible for it. The shareholders own the company, and they're the ones that are going to have to bite the bullet. We know that Ripple is a loss-making company. That's why they sell XRP to cover their losses. It's another exit scam. Shocking, not shocked. Yet again. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. And look, this Bitcoin mining in China is set for stricter supervision due to carbon concerns. Yeah, that's the excuse that the CCP made up. I mean, the CCP are just going to take over all the mining companies in China. Once they realise what's really going on and they see BSV literally absolutely motoring in the way that it is. What's this? Mass adoption looms as South American's second largest company accepts crypto payments. What's this? Mercado Libre move to accept cryptocurrency payments for real estate could usher in a new way of crypto mass adoption in South America. On April 28th, Mercado Libre, MELI, that'll be the ticker symbol, the largest Latin American online marketplace, launched a real estate section dedicated to cryptocurrencies. Although the company does not settle property transactions directly, it legitimizes the category as a payment system. The $81 billion retailer is the second largest company in South America and is present in 18 countries, including its three largest markets: Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico. The group also owns Mercado Pago, as in like Pago effects, a digital payment system for online and offline transactions, along with Mercado Envios, a logistics platform that provides fulfillment, warehousing, and shipping services. The current offers include houses, condos, vacant lots, land, and commercial real estate located in Buenos Aires, Santa Fe, and Cordoba. A new use case for cryptocurrencies in South America. Although this might seem like a niche market, over 300 real estate agents took part in Mercado's Libre webinar explaining the basic mechanics of cryptocurrencies. Yeah, like they know what they are. And their potential impact on the sector. The news might have a reduced impact in less than 90 offers have been. The news might have had a reduced impact as less than 90 offers have been placed in the section, and prices continue to display in US dollars. What is that? Is that selling these shitcoins or something? As is already the case with properties paid in US dollars, Argentine pesos, or Brazilian reals, the transaction is handled outside the Mercado Libre platform and combined between the parties. Thus, after choosing the property of preference, the buyer contacts the real estate agent and requests to carry out the transaction in cryptocurrency at the deal closing exchange rate. However, what analysts might have failed to foresee is the potential for a cool coin, Ethereum, and Tether to effectively serve as a means of exchange in Argentina. Dope. As stated by Juan Manuel Carretero, the commercial manager for vehicles and real estate at Mercado Libre, probably as cryptocurrencies become widespread, it will no longer be a separate section, but a payment option filter like any other. Well, you've got transaction costs and time and fees with a cool coin, which is absolutely ridiculous. Then you've got gas fees on Ethereum, which is like an absolute joke. And then you've got Tether, which isn't even backed. I mean, like, what do they think they're doing? They know nothing. Honestly, we're dealing with a market cap of $2 trillion here, you know, and it's literally a house of cards. There's really no other way of describing the state of affairs, really. And what's kind of crazy, only us here in the genuine Bitcoin, BSV, understand all of this. Only us that know it. But again, like I said, the concentration of quality in BSV is just absolutely massive, you know. That's why I like the space. But it worries me when I see all this shitcoining going on in other places. Look at this. New York Stock Exchange owner, ICE, sold Coinbase stake for $1.2 billion. Is this another one exit scamming? What the hell? The New York Stock Exchange participated in Coinbase's Series C $75 million funding round in January 2015. The Intercontinental Exchange, alright, that's what it stands for, owner of the New York Stock Exchange, sold its 1.4% stake in newly listed Coinbase early this month for $1.2 billion. They're all exit scamming. The whole effing lot. They all know. Minus tax, the sale of shares in the leading cryptocurrency exchange generated $900 million in the Intercontinental Exchange Incorporation. Chief Financial Officer Scott Hill said on a first quarter earnings call Friday, the proceeds were used to pay down debt. So the Intercontinental Exchange Incorporated incoming FCO, Chief Financial Officer, Warren Gardner, also on the call, said the company is ahead of schedule in paying down debts thanks to the sale of coin stock in April. I mean, it's just an excuse. They are exit scamming. because they're just like, hold on a minute, who else has sold Coinbase? Well, you know, Brian Armstrong, the owner of it, everybody else selling like almost like 70% to 100% of their stock earnings, offloading it onto unsuspecting members of the public that have no idea that they're being shat on, like from such a high height as well. When you think about the Coinbase proceeds, that gives us some additional flexibility as we kind of move into the rest of the year, Gardenia said. Some early backers collected a lot of money from the direct listing of Coinbase on Nasdaq, which incidentally valued the San Francisco-based crypto exchange higher than that of the Intercontinental Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange participated in Coinbase Series C $75 million funding round in January 2015, netting its parent company an extremely healthy return. Meanwhile, Intercontinental Exchange-owned cryptocurrency exchange Bakkt is close to going public. Another exit scam, unbelievable, too, around the end of this quarter via a blank check company, which Hill alluded to on the call. He said here, quote, "We expect Bakkt merger with Victory Park Space will be completed towards the end of this quarter. We expect quarter 2 adjusted operating expenses to be in the range of $742 million to $752 million, including approximately $35 million of additional expense related to Bakkt," Hill said. Oh my God. I think I might just title this entire episode Exit Scam. What should we call it? Exit Scam Gate. Unbelievable. Right, epic show today, people, but always lots of interesting information to get through. Been going for 46 minutes. Shout out to people in the chat box. Handles and paymails in there for anybody who hasn't announced themselves yet. Let's do this. Rock and roll. Opening up hand cash, starting from the top. Neezy's at the top. We'll have to do Keith Fellows first because Neezy's next. There we go, Keith Fellows, excellent. Swiping to send on the way to shirt. Got it, there we go. And Neezy, you are next. Here we go, and double E, excellent. Swiping to send on the way. And then we have Diddy, not Duddy, on the way to you. DID, yep, excellent, there we go. Swiping to send on the way. And Reform 2 mini coin, that is use it or lose it. Here we go. That's it. Excellent. Swiping to send on the way. Beautiful. There we go, peeps. Right, hope you enjoyed that show. So remember, just as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy giving. Let's do it all again tomorrow. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.